Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques. Engraven Videos.
Yep.
What's going on, folks? What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Chop Up with the great Engraven Vids. You know we got to talk Titans Ravens, man. You know, folks have been ready for the show, man. We've been ready for this game. We know Baltimore fans have been waiting to play the Titans, man. And you know what? We're right here. We're here. We ain't running. We're right here, man.
Exactly,
we're right here.
Exactly. Hey, Engraven, we really appreciate you, brother, doing the show again. Mr. Team, keep it clean. Hey, anything Ravens, if I want to know anything about any Ravens content or anything, I go to you. And I know it's like, hey, it's kind of crazy to be as other fans of other teams, but I'm like, if I want anything about the Ravens, anything, I go to. I'm like, let me see what Engraven's talking about. Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for bringing me on again, man.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Yes, sir. Definitely. Yes, sir.
Round two? This round two, right?
Round two. Yep.
Sure
so,
is.
Engraven, if you want to say anything about your show, your podcast, and everything, man, go for it, sir.
Well, it's Team Keep It Clean. Shout out to everybody from Team Keep It Clean that came through in the comments section of CEO. Appreciate y'all representing respectfully too. Y'all know me. I'm a Ravens fan. I talk Ravens all day, every day. My channel, the name of my channel is Engraven Vids. We do videos literally every single day, on season, off season. There will always be a video daily, so you will always have something to look forward to. We also have a Team Keep It Clean podcast that's on YouTube. It's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, so you can check that out. We talk about some football on there, but it gets a little more personal on there too. But it's just a little bit something different. But on the YouTube channel, we not only talk Ravens, which we love, but we just talk football, period. So it's something there for everybody. We have a lot of fun on there. We talk our trash, but we do it all in respect. And that's the only thing that I look for and ask for at the end of the day is just respect, and that's it. So whether you like the Ravens or not, whether you like whatever team or not, that's cool. Everybody's welcome. But it's just a respectful community, and we all got love for each other.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, again, thank you kindly for being here on the show. As you all know, the Titans do play the Ravens this weekend. We are excited, man. Hey, really can't ask for nothing better, man. The Titans and Ravens are about as big of a rivalry as folks might know. I mean, you have your Packers, Bears, and Falcons, Saints. But man, the Ravens and Titans, when we come together, bro, fires are sparking, bro. They really are. And these two teams match up very well against each other. So this should be an interesting matchup, man. It really should be. Definitely.
Definitely. No. It reminds you of those old days when we used to play them back in the early 2000s. There was Ray Lewis. That man, back in the day, man, we had Jamal Lewis. Those were the days where the Ravens and the Titans fought the hardest. And it's starting to actually get back to that with us playing each other now. Just the second year in a row playing each other. And it's just the rivalry starting to spark back up. And I don't know if you got younger Ravens fans or Ravens fans that didn't get to experience those glory days, man, it was amazing. Just like I said, to see Ed Reed, to see Ray Lewis, just to see T Sizzle out there just kicking butt, and then you got Steve and McNair, Eddie George on the other side. So those are some grind. Those are some grind years for both teams, and it's getting back to that.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. That's right.
And just these are two teams that. On offense, like obviously with football and the rule changes and whatnot, a lot of the physicality has left the game of football. But these are two teams that still know how to bring that on offense through the run game because they both have some very strong run games.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Like Eddie used to do Ray Lewis, right? Like that physicality, that's what's missing, right? That's what's missing. But, it took this. Right? It took this because Ray Lewis put a hit on Eddie George to get this, right? So yes, that part of the game is definitely missing, man, and things. But I'll tell you this though, man, I really think you got to look at Lamar Jackson right now, right? Right now when you look at Lamar Jackson, he's 0-2 in the playoffs, right? I know he's eager to get a win. I know he's hyped. I know he's hungry, and so hey, I know he's gonna be ready. But you know what, though, man? We will be too, man. We have a point to prove. We are the underdog, and though we're the home team and we're the 4th seed, we're still the underdog. And we were the underdog last year. Actually, we were a 9-point underdog then. Now we are a 3-point underdog now. So the Titans, more than anything, are not getting the respect, man. Seriously.
Right. And also with that, we know the history behind this rivalry where the home team always loses. The away team comes in and they tend to keep, but I don't know if it's like a curse or I don't know what it is, but I mean, it's literally been like that every time we've played each other. And it's something's going to have to break with that curse. So like you said, I'm just saying, man, these are two battle-tested teams. And something people might not realize that the Titans and the Ravens are mature coming in these playoffs. So you can't say that about the Browns or sometimes with the Bills too. So definitely these are two teams that are coming in. They got a playoff experience. Hey,
that's a good point.
So definitely.
Yep. So I want to give a shout out to the commenters, man. We appreciate you guys. AZ Mick was good. Cam Neal, Titan for life. Christian Dillard, what is good, homie? What's happening? Jack Crawford. We got Thomas Sankara. So again, we got Raven fans in here too, man. So, hey, come on through, man. The heat is here. Right. Hey, if it's cold in Baltimore, we got the heat here in Nashville. Bring it on, man. So
get them lights up. We're gonna go ahead and pop it off now, man. So
yes, sir.
We know the game is Sunday. And one of these teams are going to have to win. One of them is going to have to lose. So we'll start it off like I'm start with you, Grave. How can the Titans win this game? And I know it's kind of weird to say that, but how can the Titans win this game?
Well, Titans could win this game by the obvious, Derrick Henry. We know with the Titans, whenever I watch them, one thing that I notice and respect about their game is that they obviously – their offense, it moves through Derrick Henry. They want him going. They want him rolling. When he gets rolling, that's pretty much a wrap. But that's their bread and butter. So if he's going, then they're going. And even if they get down, they still run the ball. If they get down 7 points, they still running the ball. If they get down by 10 points, they still running the ball. If they get down 14 points, they still running the ball. So they're always going to run the ball. They're going to try to get Derrick Henry hot no matter what the game situation is. So if Derrick Henry gets hot and stays hot, then what that does is open it up for Ryan Tannehill, because Ryan Tannehill, he has the plays where he'll fake it to Derrick Henry, but he'll keep it. And that's something in this last Ravens-Titans game, and just really period. But it's something that catches teams off guard. And that's a killer right there, because when you start really keying in on Derrick Henry, like, okay, we got him wrapped up, and Ryan Tannehill keeps it, that's just as dangerous. And not only does it make him keeping the ball dangerous, but it makes the play action dangerous too for when he throws the ball to whether it be Corey Davis or AJ Brown. And I know he missed practice today, but I still expect him to play. But it just makes it opens up their game that much more when Derrick Henry is going. So that would be a way that the Titans will be able to win or at least speaking for their offense. If Derrick Henry can really get going, and then Tannehill, it opens him up for him keeping the ball and on the play action. Now, on defense, for them to win this game, it would be them stopping the Ravens' run game and really stopping the Ravens' run game to where Ravens just they cannot run at all because that is Ravens' bread and butter, is their run game. When the Ravens are running well, they can mess with anybody. They can rock with any team. They can hang in there with any team because they can score points from the run game. They control the clock as well. For the Titans, it also opens up the passing game for Lamar Jackson and those receivers. It allows him to do the play action more and be successful with the play action a lot more. So that would be the way that the Titans could win if they ran the ball well themselves and they stopped the Ravens from running.
Perfect. What about you, Hawk?
So when I look at this game, man, when I look at the Baltimore Ravens and the Tennessee Titans, you have the number 1 and the number 2 rushing offense in the NFL, right? That spells a lot of smash mouth football that's going to happen, right? I really think for us, the key to us to win is what happened last year. At the end of the day, we got to have this man right here throwing the football. You know what I'm saying? We got to get Lamar Jackson on the throwing end of the game. We can't have him running wild. As you guys know, Lamar Jackson again went for 1,000 yards rushing. We don't have Dean Pease, and that concerns me. Okay, it does. And our defense is worse this year than it was last year. I actually have more confidence last year, even though we had a worse record than this year, and we're the home team. But I think if anything, man, when I look at this game, I actually think, teams that beat the Titans are teams that can pass the football seamlessly, okay? The Ravens are coming in last place, number 32 in the league in passing, okay? Not say Lamar Jackson's not a good passer, but that's just not a strength of their team. It's just not what it is. They are a running football team. And for us, what exposes us is a passing game. When I look at Baltimore's receivers, you got Hollywood Brown, who's finally picking it up. Now, Hollywood Brown was catching like this most of the season, right? I mean, I've seen the game. It's like, why he can't catch anything out here? He had a real bad game against Cincinnati. I was like, wow. But, he's going to throw it to Mark Andrews. And I think the recipe is just very similar to last year. Hey, if you want that to be the case, then that's fine. We'll let you do that. But we're not going to let you run wild, nor are we going to let you throw it deep. And I think, again, that bodes well for us. At the same breath, when I look at Baltimore's defense, their run defense is a little bit better this year than it was last year. Yeah. But I still think, man, if you get past that front four with Calais Campbell, Big Baby Williams, you get past those guys, they got to tackle this guy right here, man. And that's going to be a tall task for, Patrick Queen. I'll give Elliott a big props here because during the game that we beat you guys in the regular season, Elliott was out there hitting, bro. But I still think, man, realistically, we can stop them on offense by passing. Them passing the ball, that's a strength for us because that's their weakness. And also as well for us, Baltimore's got to stop our run game. Yes, they're going to try to stack the box for Derrick Henry, but, we'll see if they can stop that. I don't think so. I think for us to win games, period, in the playoffs, Derrick's got to carry it about 30 times, man. Straight up, bro. Straight up.
Exactly. Yeah, y'all both bring up great points. I mean, literally, like if the Titans want to win this game, it has to be through Derrick Henry running the ball, play action with Tannehill, A.J. Brown, and Corey Davis has to get involved too. Because if you make it one-dimensional with Derrick Henry, then, hey, it shuts it down, right? So
that's
then
right.
It's Tannehill to throw the ball. We know coming in the playoffs this year versus last year, Tannehill he didn't really slang it in the playoffs like that. To me, that's why we sort of lost in the championship because we had to rely on Derrick Henry. But now we have enough weapons to go in the playoffs to where, hey, Derrick Henry can get the ball. He's just the added sauce. But also we got two weapons in Corey Davis and A.J. Brown where they can step it up in big moments and make big plays. So not just utilizing Henry, but you also have to utilize your other talent around you as well. Also with Jonnu Smith. So it's a trifecta of things. And even on defense, our defense is been struggling this year. And, of course, it shows not having Dean Pease. When you don't have a defensive coordinator, it shows. So with this game, like Hawk said, you got to get Lamar throwing. Lamar has weapons. He has Hollywood, and he has Dez Bryant too. We forget about Dez. Dez might be old in the tooth, but, hey, he can sneak around and get you a player here too. So that's something where our defense, communication-wise, is not communicating properly. So with this game, we're going to have to communicate, hey, stop the run, make them force Lamar to pass, and you'll have a chance to win the game.
Hey, yeah, that's true, man. But real quick, shout out to my guy TD Barrett.
TD Barrett, shout out to you.
Oh my!
Shout out to you. Tighten up, TD Barrett. What is good, brother? What is happening? Shout out to you, sir, TD Barrett. Check out his YouTube page as well, y'all. Shout out to TD Barrett, man. Big shout out to you, sir. Yeah, he's from Canada too. So hey,
appreciate
Canadian border Titan fan. Let's do it, man. Good stuff, man. Yeah. Shout out as well to Titan for Life as well with his super chat as well. Titan for Life. We appreciate that too, good sir.
Right.
He's saying 31-27. Let's go, Titan for Life. You know it. You know what it is, bro. You know what it is. You know what it is, man. So, gentlemen, as we speak upon the Titans winning this ball game, so Engraven, of course, I'm sure you think, the Ravens will beat the Titans. And, hey, that's what Vegas thinks too, right? So what are some of the reasons as to why you think we would lose against the Baltimore Ravens?
Well, the exact opposite of why y'all will win. Just if you couldn't stop the Ravens running game. If Ravens are able to run that ball just through all four quarters, then that's it. Because if the Ravens can run the ball and they can move the chains like on third down, they get a lot of like third and shorts and whatnot, then they will be controlling the clock and they will be scoring points. They'll be getting touchdowns. And when a team does that, then it's almost a no-brainer that they're going to win. And also, if the Ravens play good defense, one of the biggest things for the Titans in this game, turnovers for sure. Really, that's for any team. But with the Ravens, if they can force some turnovers on the Titans, but also an even bigger thing to me than the turnovers in this game for Ravens to beat the Titans is tackling. And tackling is it's monumental in this game because if you recall the last time when the Ravens played the Titans, For 3 quarters, they were taking care of Derrick Henry. And I was like, wow, I was so proud of them because I'm like, we ain't got no Brandon Williams, we ain't got no Calais Campbell, but these dudes were taking care of Derrick Henry for 3 quarters. Then that 4th quarter came around, and it all went out the window, man. They just stopped tackling. And not only did they stop tackling Derrick Henry on the A.J. Brown touchdown, this dude broke like 50 tackles in 2 yards and ran right in the end zone. Nobody wanted to tackle. So this team, they got this guy.
Facts, no paper. Right. Right.
But it's like they got worn out as the game went along. And this is a good thing that the Ravens, they're getting healthy at the right time. They're getting a lot of reinforcements back on the team. So tackling it needs to be a priority in this game, not only just for the running backs, especially Derrick Henry, but for the receivers as well, because you don't want these dudes to get the yak. That yards after the catch is crucial, man, and it can kill you. And like it did in the last game. And we saw that was that comeback touchdown AJ Brown got that brought the Titans back. And then in overtime, they didn't tackle Derrick Henry. Right. And he ran his way to a win. So if the Ravens can tackle, if they wrap up good in this game, that will go such a long way. And also the pass rush too. The pass rush is very important. It's very important that the pass rush get back there quickly. And if they can't get back there quickly, then Wink Martindale, the Ravens defensive coordinator, he needs to confuse Ryan Tannehill with different disguises on defense. Because it worked a couple times in the last game. Ryan Tannehill even threw one pick to Tyus Bowser in the last game. But you got to get to Tannehill because he can get that ball out of his hands quick. And he doesn't make bad decisions with the football either. He doesn't make many bad decisions. But you have to force him to be uncomfortable. If he's back there and he's comfortable and whatnot, then it could be a long day. But you got to force him to be uncomfortable so he can throw that ball to somebody in a white jersey.
Gotcha, brother. Gotcha, man. Okay. All right. Okay. So, Jacques, what about for you, sir?
So, how the Titans can lose this game? You have to make the Titans one-dimensional, okay? And if you can take away Derrick Henry and you ask Tannehill to throw it, 30, 40 times, we're in trouble. Not saying he can't do it, right? Not saying he can't do that at all. But they get Big Baby Williams back and Calais Campbell. Even though we've seen Calais Campbell plenty of times when he played for Jacksonville Jaguars. Mm-hmm. Even when he played for Arizona and we played him back in 2008 when Chris Johnson ran a muck on him. But when you look at this, how you beat the Titans, you make them one-dimensional. Once you make them one-dimensional, A.J. Brown and Corey Davis are good receivers when they're on riding high, but when they're riding low, dropping passes, running incorrect routes, that's how you stop the Titans on offense. On defense, all you have to do right now, the Titans defense is a wounded duck. Literally, we're a wounded duck. I mean, you literally seen what Houston, Texas did to us last week. Mm-hmm. We had the game, we were leading the first half, and then all of a sudden, miscommunication, miscues, you sticking with your gap assignments, and it just opens up. The Ravens can take advantage of that, right? Lamar, play action. Like you said, Ingraven, Tannehill does the same thing. Lamar's the genius at it. He's the master at the play, at the disguise and the RPO. Literally, you don't know if he has the ball. He takes off and he's gone, right? Now y'all got a run game in J.K. Dobbins. Take advantage of that. Hey, last time when we played the Packers, they ran a muck on us, right? We playing the number one rushing offense. Hey, you can run amok on the Titans. And when I told you earlier about playing at home, also the Titans haven't played well at home this year, right? Haven't played well at home at all. So that's something that we got to take in an equation as well. What Titan team is going to show up? I think that's why the media and everybody has us down losing on the underdog is because they're thinking the same thing. Which Titan team is going to show up, right? In big primetime games, the big show. We showed up last year, but this year, can we do it? And if you catch the Titans slipping, energy-wise, if you have the momentum early, if you can get up to an early lead and have them play from behind, Titans can lose this game. So that's the reasons why I say the Titans could lose this game.
Yeah. Man, I agree in ways here. When I look, I'm saying the run defense has been very inconsistent. We had a streak for a while where we were stopping the run. Okay, and Green Bay kind of just changed that whole dynamic. I don't know if it was the snow or whatever, but I will say with Baltimore's gonna come in running the ball, man. That's just what they're gonna do. It's just a matter of can we make those tackles, right? We don't have Jayon Brown. He's out for the season. Can David step up and make those plays, right? You guys have J.K. Dobbins, and I think J.K. Dobbins is a better running back than what you guys had last year with Mark Ingram. Also, the other running back, 30. His name, not
Gus Edwards, 35. Yeah.
Right. So those running backs are good, but J.K. Dobbins has been picking it up lately. Okay, J.K. Dobbins is out there balling. So if we don't stop the run game, what it's going to do is going to slow us down, and then Baltimore's going to get that confidence. And just like Jacques said about energy, when we're at home, when we play on the road, this is what happens, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we come out, we're stomping on logos, we talking trash, we telling John Harbaugh, tighten up, John Harbaugh, we here. And we get to Nashville, man, things are sort of just relaxed, right? Mm-hmm. So we have to bring the energy because I know Baltimore's coming to bring the energy. I know Baltimore's going to probably stomp on the logo. You might see John Harbaugh dancing on the logo, right? You might see him doing that a little bit. But if we match that and understand, like, hey, the Titans are a more physical football team than the Ravens. And I know Raven fans might not want to hear that because of the history of the Ravens being this physical defense. Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you, the Tennessee Titans are a very physical football team. And we match that. That'll bode well for us. If not, the Ravens will win this game. Believe Vegas in that regard. We have to play perfectly on offense. We can't make a lot of mistakes. We can't have them on offense compared to us because our defense will fold at some point. You know what I'm saying? So, right. Yeah, man. Yes, absolutely.
Definitely. So, this is a question I'm going to shoot to you first, Ingraven. There might be a player that the Ravens don't know about, but you might know about, or, hey, a player that you already know about on the Titans that the Ravens fans should be concerned about and should be worrying about when they're coming into this game. Can you think of a player or players that might concern you?
I mean, besides the obvious with Derrick Henry, I would definitely say A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown, he is a very physical receiver. He has some good speed. And something that you guys were just talking about with A.J. Brown and Corey Davis, he said when they're off and when they run in the wrong routes and dropping passes and stuff, it can be rough for them. But when they're on. And I remember that's exactly what happened in the regular season game between the Ravens and the Titans. In the first half, they were dropping passes left and right. But in the second half, they stopped all of that. They stopped dropping passes. They started catching everything, and they made quite a few plays, especially A.J. Brown. And I think he would be somebody that's big for the Ravens to have to watch for. They will have to be very physical with these receivers. I would suggest that they bump them at the line just to disrupt the timing of the routes and just to try to throw them off as much as possible. And again, like I said earlier, just them wrapping up. And another player that they would definitely need to watch for is Tannehill. Yep. Tannehill, he killed them last game with them because the Ravens were so focused on Derrick Henry, which you can understand why. But Tannehill, he was killing them when he would keep the ball. So he needs to those would be the players that I would say to watch out for the most. Because even in the last game that the Titans played, I noticed it was toward the end of the game. Who did y'all play? Was it the Texans?
Yes.
Yeah, it was the Texans. Because that was with that little crazy field goal and all that.
Yes.
But I noticed toward the end of the game, like the Texans, they were like really trying to key in on Derrick Henry, and then Tannehill, he did a keeper and he ran it in for a touchdown, I believe. And so it's like it's such, it ain't like Tannehill got this crazy speed or anything like that, but he is athletic enough to where if he gets a chunk of yards, it's gonna hurt you. It's gonna do some damage. So Ravens, they really gotta have somebody just watching him almost like a hawk, but at the same time, it's like, do you really want to commit somebody just to Tannehill? Because that takes away a defender every single play. So it's a tough decision to make, but I'm sure Wink will have something ready for that. He better.
All right. Good points. What about you, Hawk?
So I see Fifi. Hey, what's going on, bro? Hey,
appreciate that,
man. Hey, He said, let them boys know Lamar's different this time, and no matter how much we talk, we're going to take care of business. Ravens flock.
Hey, I'm
well,
with it, man.
Things different. No, it's not. Now, I did, even last year when I was on the show, I didn't have hair. I don't have hair today either, right? Things don't change that much, man, okay? A zebra has its stripes when it's born to when it dies, okay? So, much respect to the Ravens. Much respect to, the team. They're 11-5 just like we are. But, I would say Lamar Jackson would be the player that, I would be concerned about in this game. But I think we'll be prepared for him and have him looking like this, But I think of anything, the guy that I'm worried about that no one really talks about that I see on film that causes a lot of problems. And again, Fifi, we appreciate the super chat, sir, is Miles Boykin, bro. Okay. Now, I know a lot of people are going to worry about Brown and Mark Andrews, but those guys were there last year, man, and we neutralized them pretty well. Boykin has improved, man, and down the seams, he's a problem. And they never really check on him too much. And for us, we have had some struggles going deep, and that was never a problem with us in the past. Boykin is the guy that he looks at. You know what I'm saying? Des Bryant will be on the outside. I think we'll cover him pretty well. Hollywood Brown, again, he might could get open at times, but can he catch the ball? Mark Andrews will have his probably 6-7 catches and a touchdown. But it's those guys that you don't hear much about that causes us problems at times. We got to be careful for Boykin. And for Titan fans who are not aware of him, he wears number 80. He's pretty decent. And Raven fans might be shocked that we're saying that, but we see on film. Lamar Jackson, when things break down, if Mark Andrews covered, he likes looking at Boykin. And Boykin will be available. And so we have to be careful not to be like, ain't nobody checking for dude. He's all right. We ain't worried about him. We're worried about 15 and 89 out here. And he could get open. So please be careful for Boykin, man. He's kind of a surprise guy for me, man. So
right. That's a great point, Hawk, because that's plagued us and haunted us this whole year, literally. I mean, you can go back and look at the Bengals game. I mean, Higgins ate us up. I mean, no names will eat when you play the Titans defense. But for me, a player that we should look out for me, it's going to be obvious. It's Lamar. Lamar is starting to heat up, okay? Lamar is starting to get that confidence that he had from that last stretch of the game last year and the whole year that he had the confidence. But this year, it's been an up-and-down season to Ravens standards and to the league standards because the Ravens were 14-2 last year, of course. You know what I mean? You come in 11-5. But you have to be careful, right? We talk about, hey, he can't throw the ball, No. He has chances in parts of him where he can throw you a bomb like last year when he threw to Hollywood last year when we was in the playoffs.
Yep.
Lamar will do that. He'll get you 2 or 3 runs and all of a sudden throw the bomb. It's a wrap. Then he has Des Bryant on the outside as well. What happens with that? Hey, that gives him an extra weapon. Yeah, we know he likes to throw it to Andrews. That's his prime target, Andrews. That's his guy. It reminds me of Mariota. When Mariota here, he had Delaney Walker. That was his guy, right? Same way with Lamar. But with Lamar scrambling, hey, Hollywood's right there. Dez is right there. The pass that he threw to Dez in the end zone was pretty. So for me, even though, hey, he's sometimes one-dimensional, you still have to equate for Lamar. And, of course, like me and Lorenzo said this plenty of times, he is the best running quarterbacks ever. And we know we've seen Michael Vick. In our lifetime, all 3 of us, probably everybody has seen Michael Vick, the one of the greatest players to ever run the ball quarterback-wise. Literally, he was like a joystick, and like you playing Madden. It was ridiculous. But I think Lamar has subsided there. I mean, he's overtook it. I'm sorry, no questions. And people can argue that or whatever, but his running ability is amazing, right?
Yeah,
so for me, you have to watch out for Lamar Jackson, right? His confidence. You let him get confidence, he'll kill you, right? But for me, watch out for Lamar, man.
Gotcha, man. Damon Beverly, what's good, homie? What's happening, man? What's good, brother? What's happening? We appreciate that as well. Damon Beverly, super chat. We appreciate that. 41-28, tighten up. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Absolutely, sir. We appreciate it. So that actually leads us to this next question. So there's got to be a winner here. There's no ties in the playoffs. It's got to be a winner. Again, the game is being favored by the Ravens. The game is here in Nashville. So, guys, scoring predictions. So, Damon, pretty much he has his score up. And looking at everyone, it's been about half and half. Some people think the Titans will win sometimes. Some will think the Ravens will win. So, Ingraven, talk to us, brother. What do you think, man, as far as scoring predictions?
For this one, I say Ravens 31-20. Third time, I think it's going to be the charm. Ravens, again, are the away team. They are the lower seed. And of course, you know how lower seeds have done in these games. But Ravens are just they have a different mindset coming into this game. And of course, it's a playoff game, so everybody's mindset is different. But Ravens, after those last two playoff games, in the first playoff game in Lamar's rookie season, they came in super low. They just got in their Week 17 game. And then last year, they came in super high. They were the number one seed and even had the bye week. So they were riding high, feeling themselves and whatnot. But this season, they're coming in right at the middle. They're coming in right at the perfect little slot, and they coming in humble too. They talked about how they overlooked the Titans last year. You know that can't happen this year, especially because the Titans already beat the Ravens earlier this season. And what gives me a lot of hope for this game and a lot of just confidence in this game is that the Titans did beat the Ravens earlier this season. And that may sound really weird because how could you get confidence from the Titans beating the Ravens? Well, the Titans beat the Ravens in overtime. They didn't just beat them in 4 quarters. It took overtime to beat them. And that was a Ravens team whose offense wasn't clicking nearly as much as it's clicking right now. This team has gotten hot. This team has found their identity. They're getting healthy on defense. Again, last time I know some people say, oh, yeah, when Calais Campbell was in Jacksonville, y'all are used to him. He ain't nothing. He ain't no big deal. But there's also Brandon Williams as well. So the Ravens were missing their 2 primary interior defensive linemen the last time that they played Derrick Henry and the Titans, and they still held their own. Again, for 3 quarters, that 4th quarter, just everybody was worn out after that, so they couldn't do it anymore. But the way that this Ravens team has been playing recently, I got all the confidence in the world, and I say, 31-20. They win by 11.
Okay. Titan for life. Second super chat. We totally agree, sir. Facts, no paper. Lamar beats himself. The game gets in his head and he panics. You're not lying, sir. You're not lying. We agree.
Nope.
So, John, what about for you, sir, from a scoring perspective? What you got?
For me, and great points, Ingraven. The third time's the charm. Well, you could say the third time's the charm. And we've been down this road plenty of times, like I said, when we played back in the day, right? But I say this about Mike Vrabel all the time. He's not going to play you the same way he played you the first time, right? Mm-hmm. We see he played when we played you guys in the season, we played you differently than we played in the playoffs. Arthur Smith is cooking up something where I think he'll open up the playbook a little bit more. You'll see a lot more downfield shots. For me, the Titans are scoring averaging 35 points a game. So I'm going Titans 35, Ravens 28. It's going to be a close game. It's one team has to fold defensively, but it's going to be one of those plays that's going to open it up in one big strike play. But when I look at both teams are coming in with confidence, right? And good point, Ingraven, when you say, hey, the third time's a charm. They're not yapping at the mouth like they did in last year in the playoffs. Literally, the Ravens are cool, calm, and collective. And I love approaching stuff like that because you want to keep it cool, calm, collective. You never know what happens. But I just feel like we match up very well with y'all, especially on defense. But I got a bonus question for everybody after we answer this question. For me, Hawk, it's 35-28. What about you?
Okay, cool. So G Money, appreciate the super chat. G Money, he's got the Ravens 28-17. He said we can focus on Mark Andrews, we can focus on Brown all we want. Y'all got J.K. Dobbins who can catch the ball out the backfield. Okay, that's some truth to that. So G Money in the flesh. Whoop whoop. Big truck. Whoop whoop. Huh? So G Money, let me change that score for you, sir. Okay, so yes, we do respect the offense. You know, we do know that the Ravens do have playmakers. Of course, number 8 being the biggest playmaker on the team, the best running quarterback I've ever seen in any sport, man. He's unbelievable what he does in the NFL. And what I really like about him is the fact that he always avoids the big hit. I mean, Lamar, he's not a real big guy, and he'll never get popped. He's very elusive. He's unbelievable. And when he has to make the throw, he does make the throw. We get that. But what I will say, you still got to stop the king. You still got to stop Derrick Henry. And just when you try to stack the box, you don't think Ryan Tannehill's they're going to drop in some play action? You don't think that'll be there for us? You don't think A.J. Brown has gotten better? A.J. Brown's gotten a lot better than last year. When we played you guys in the playoffs last year, A.J. Brown had 0 catches. That's not happening today, man. He's a Pro Bowler, right? He's a game player. He's a game breaker. So I think for us, we're going to score points, okay? We're number 2 in the NFL in points scored per game. So there's no fluke of what we do on offense, right? Our defense is the struggle, yes. But can Baltimore score enough points? I don't think they can. So I'm actually saying Tennessee 31, Baltimore 28. That's my score for the game, man. Straight up. G-Money, we appreciate it.
Appreciate it, G-Money. Appreciate it. I got a bonus question for everybody. This is going to kind of shoe into our next segment where we let the fans run loose and ask us questions.
Yep.
But before I do that, and the fans can answer, they can answer this question. I'm going to shoot it to you first, Ingraven, and then I'm going to go to you, Hawk. So we know, of course, whoever wins this game, I believe, plays Kansas City. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that correct?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It's not set in stone.
Okay.
Not necessarily. The lowest team.
We know that the AFC and to get to the Super Bowl is going through Kansas City. We know that. All right. If the Ravens win this game, do the Ravens have a legit shot to take down the Super Bowl champs? I'll start with you, Ingraven.
Yeah, they do.
In chat, go ahead and shoot straight off, chat. Go ahead. Go ahead, Greg.
They do. It's any given Sunday. Any given Sunday. We know the Chiefs are a super team, especially on offense. And on defense, they got plenty of playmakers at every level there too. But the thing with the Ravens that just has a lot of Ravens fans concerned, not only for if they play the Chiefs, but with this Titans game too, is coaching. And how is coaching going to be in the playoffs? Because the last 2 years, coaching has been just terrible. It has been terrible. When your quarterback, no matter if it's Lamar Jackson or not, when your quarterback throws the ball 59 times in a game, you probably didn't win that game. You're not going to win that game, whether it's Lamar Jackson or not. The coaching just completely let the team down last year, the past 2 years, but certainly last year, and they did not put them in a position to win. So when the Ravens have played the Chiefs recently, especially the last 2 times, coaching has been a big letdown. It hasn't been the only reason the Ravens lost now, but it's been a big letdown. But the biggest thing now is moving forward, if the Ravens do win this game against the Titans, which I expect them to, if they do play the Chiefs next, or whenever they do play the Chiefs, I would be concerned about coaching. If coaching can coach well and they can put the players in position to succeed, then Ravens can rock with anybody. They can rock with anybody. The Chiefs, nice team, number 1 seed, great record, best quarterback in the game. But they are not this team that's unbeatable. They are not this team that nobody can mess with. I mean, you saw what the Raiders did to them almost twice, but you saw what the Raiders did to them. You saw what the Falcons did to the Chiefs.
Right.
They were right there, but they just couldn't finish the job. So these Chiefs, powerful team, and they've obviously found ways to get it done and to come out on top with the wins in their games, in the majority of their games. But they can be hung with too, man. So yeah, I do feel like the Ravens could beat the Chiefs.
Got you. So Hawk, I'm gonna ask you, but I'm gonna ask you reversed for the Titans. Do you think the Titans have a shot to beat the Chiefs?
So I will answer this. First, I want to say shout out to Billy Scott. Appreciate the super chat as well. 24-17 Titans win. Hey,
get the likes up.
Get the likes up, folks. Billy Scott, as you say, sir, tighten up, man. Tighten up. Let's go. Let's get these Ravens, man. Let's eat some Raven flock meat. Let's go. All right, so for me, the Chiefs. The Chiefs is a bad matchup for us. It is. Because as I mentioned earlier, the Chiefs pass the ball better than any team in the league, them and the Packers, right? And that is our struggle. Can Kansas City stop our offense? I don't think so. And we beat Kansas City last year in the regular season. We did. And we made it close in the playoffs until we made mistakes, right? That's the thing about the Chiefs. We can't make mistakes. If we don't make any mistakes, we can hang with them and could possibly beat them. But mistakes are going to happen. And Kansas City can afford to make mistakes because they have offensive firepower. And I think it would be a struggle for the Titans. I mean, I'd welcome it. I mean, we're in the playoffs. Hey, any given Sunday, as you say, right? Hey, it is what it is. Let's do it. And I wouldn't back away from them. It's like, what's up? Let's do this. But, you know, I think this would be a difficult challenge for us as an organization to beat a passing team as in Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Ladies and gentlemen, our defense stroke. We're 28th in the league in pass in defense and 29th in passing defense. So that's why I think we could play very well with the Ravens because they're 32 in the league in passing offense. So I think that bodes well for us, right? That's like putting a razor to my head. If I don't, I'm going to look a mess. Let me go and put that razor on. Let's go and take care of business, right? So I think, again, yeah, with the Chiefs, it would be a struggle for us. No lie, man. I'm not going to sit there and we can beat every single team, because that's not the case. We got to be realistic in a lot of ways, and that's how I feel about it, man. And thank you as well. We have almost 200 people watching the show. We appreciate it, man. We appreciate it as well, too. Rocking the Titans Weekly shirt. You can get your merchandise as well. It's online. We have shirts, masks, even got this coffee cup, and it got the drink in. It's really good. Hey, check us out, man. Holla at us, Jock. What's good, bro?
So for the Ravens, I'm gonna do it both. Ravens and the Titans. The Ravens have, and I know you go back to coaching, Ingraven, but one thing that you guys have that we don't have, a defensive coordinator, right? At least y'all have something to scheme against the Ravens. Titans, not so much. Pass rush, not so much. Now, with both teams, I believe that we can go toe-to-toe with the Chiefs. The thing about the Chiefs is you can't make no mistakes. Right. I'm literally on defense. You can't make no mistakes. Your offense has to be perfect, literally, score for score. Now, the Falcons' defense gave us the blueprint on how to beat the Chiefs. Like the Titans gave the blueprint on how to beat the Ravens. It's the same exact thing. Go back and look at that Falcons game. I was actually talking to Hawk. I was like, hey, bro, are you seeing this? I said, they're giving us the blueprint on how to beat the Chiefs. Pass rush, get Mahomes on skating. That's all you got to do is get him skating. And I think he's thrown more interceptions this year than I think he's ever in his career. So that's something where with both teams, any team that plays the Chiefs has to make sure you play mistake-free football, because if you make a mistake, it's going to be a long day. And once they get going, they don't stop. They don't stop. They don't stop. And that's what killed the Falcons, was they made that mistake. In typical Falcon fashion, Falcons will blow a lead, and they can blow a 38-point lead, and they can blow a 3-point lead. That's just what the Falcons do. But, hey, we here. Fans, we ready. Go ahead and shoot us with some questions, man. Hey, we here. Yeah. Let's do it.
So this is the opportunity for you all, man. Ask us questions, man. Hey, fire some questions, man. We're gonna definitely answer those questions. Shout out to Jeremiah Robinson, Walkie Talkie. We here. C-Dub 456. What's good, bro? What is happening, man? What is good?
Hey, I see Earl Thomas in the chat, man, saying we should have picked him up, dog.
Oh, really? Okay.
We got
Earl Thomas can be security for Derrick Henry and the Titans. I'm good with it, bro. He's like a great fullback to be a safety. The skinniest fullback I've ever seen. Tighten up, man. Tighten up, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's see. So the blueprint is to pray that they don't convert on fourth down. We execute this over with. So, Dominic, is this for the Titans game, or you just talking about the Chiefs, my brother? Oh, here we go. We got a question, guys. Do you think the winner of this game will win the Super Bowl? What do you guys think?
Well, I have a picture, man. Probably not, man. I don't. Look. Of course, I want the Titans to make the Super Bowl. Raven fans, look, we made it to the AFC Championship game last year. Okay, All right. Let's not forget that. It's not a scrub that you're playing with. We won the AFC South, okay? Right. And just like, we have two teams in the playoffs as well from our division. So let's not act like, we're some scrub, because that's not the case. But to win the Super Bowl, that's going to be tough, man. Probably not. No.
Okay. What you think, Grave?
Well, if it's the Ravens, certainly. Why not? Because with the Titans, yeah, this is almost it can be set up for a revenge tour. Because the Titans, you know what the Titans did to us already. We gotta get in payback. And if the Ravens played against perhaps the Steelers next, they swept us this season. So we had to get them payback. And then of course with the Chiefs too, that would just be the monumental game. Well, obviously every game will be monumental because it's the playoffs. But the Chiefs, if we can get a Ravens and Chiefs AFC Championship game in Kansas City, all the pressure in the world on the Ravens, I would be with it all day. And if we could just get coaching down right in that game too. Whew. But one game at a time, right?
Right.
Yep.
So that was another question up there, Hawk.
Okay.
AFC divisional playoffs. What's our predictions? What y'all got? Who y'all got?
Well, I mean, it just depends on who wins. I mean, you go with it, Engrave. It just depends on who wins as to who would play each other.
Right. I would go with the Steelers and Browns. Oh man, I'm leaning Steelers in that one. And then with Bills and Colts, I'm going Bills in that one.
Okay.
I forgot how to seed. I would have to think of how the seeding would match up.
Yeah, the Ravens would play the Chiefs would play the lowest seeded team.
Right. They play the lowest.
Yep.
So if the as long as the Ravens take care of business, and the Bills if they won, and then the Steelers if they won, then yeah, Ravens would play the Chiefs. Right. And then the Bills and the Steelers, they would match up. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what I expect to happen.
Okay. How quick you got in those divisional games? Colts, Bills, Browns, Steelers.
Bills. I'm going Bills. I'm going Buffalo. I'm going Buffalo in a close matchup. We got Pittsburgh, Cleveland. I got Pittsburgh.
Okay.
We got the Titans and Ravens. Tighten up, man. Tighten up, Baltimore fans. Tighten up. You guys act like we haven't beaten you guys the last 2 games, right? All right. We ended your season last year, guys. Y'all were 14-2. And put it like this. Look, I've been a Titans fan since they've been here. And back in the early 2000s, the Ravens would beat us when we had the best team in the league. We were 13-3, a number 1 seed, and we lost in the divisional round in Nashville. That hurt, okay? And we had to, think about that for a long time. Then there was a playoff game we played against Baltimore in the infamous Eddie George stiff arm and Ray Lewis game. Baltimore was I think they were the 4 seed, the 3 seed, and we beat them. So it's been kind of weird where the favorite team lost. So you guys are the favorite team. So we're trying to win this thing. Let's go. Titans. Okay.
For me, I would actually like to see the Colts knock off the Bills because I think the Colts are it's a beatable team. Hey, get the juggernaut out first. That way it makes it a lot easier. But realistically, the Bills are going to win that game. And then with everything that's going on with the Browns and the C-19 and virus, man, that's kind of rough. So they're going in limping, and their coach might not be at the game. So I got the Steelers, man, taking that one.
Yeah, that one could be a really close one, man. I think that's going to be a really, really, really good game, man. Right. It's going to be a really good game with Browns and Steelers. Because it could just go either way, man, because, the Browns did lose their head coach, so he's not going to be coaching from the sideline. Maybe they can figure something out virtually. But this is AFC North. And again, I know y'all said that the AFC South got 2 teams in there. Well, AFC North got 1, 2, 3. Wow, maybe best division in football. I don't know. We can have that conversation later. But anyway, Browns and Steelers, they're very familiar with each other, extremely familiar with each other. So you playing a team for the 3rd time, that's tough. That's tough because it's already tough 2 times, man, especially when they're in your division, but you got to play them a 3rd time. It's like, oh, man. It's like you almost don't even want to. But that's going to be a real good one.
Man, it's going to be a physical game. Oh, we got another good question.
We had a super chat.
Oh, we got a super chat. Go hit that up.
Yeah, trying to think where'd it go. Asmodeus.
Oh my God, Asmodeus. Appreciate you, Asmodeus.
The spicy chicken sandwich. Okay.
Spicy chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I appreciate the super chat, man.
Appreciate that, man. We appreciate the super chat, bro. We do, man. So I'm guessing that's a Ravens fan. Am I right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Spicy chicken. Well, look, Chick-fil-A is a great place, of course. No question about that. But look, you got to eat some Nashville hot chicken sauce when you come to Nashville, man. You talk about chicken, that's what we do here, man. So we're gonna take that Raven flock, that Raven bird, and we're gonna put that thing on the grill, put some that chicken sauce on it, and have a feast, man. So let's get it. Let's do it, man.
Wow.
Somebody said Browns Chiefs AFC Championship. That's hilarious. Browns and Chiefs. Wow.
Don't make me sick.
Chiefs fan, that's what they want.
Wow.
That'll be an easy victory for them.
That's hilarious. I mean, it would be. It'll be a cakewalk, man. But y'all got to play the game, man.
Let me see who said that. Oh, Karan. Okay, that's why he said that. Okay,
that's cool.
Also, okay, so we got NFL news, man. Yeah, we hearing about Deshaun Watson possibly ending up being traded. Well, y'all seeing any potential landing spots? Is it legit at that point?
I think so. I think it's legit. They're paying him very well. And they're going to do everything they can to keep him, right? They just have issues in Houston, don't they? James Harden won out. The Astros cheating. I'm like, what's going on in Houston, right? But I mean, but he'd have his suitors. I'm telling you, man. I'd hate to see him in New England or somewhere.
Oh yeah. I don't think he's gonna go anywhere. I think all this will end up boiling over. Because I know they reported that he was supposed to be involved in the decision with picking the new GM, but he wasn't involved in the decision with picking the new GM. But I'm sure in about a week, maybe two, that we'll see a headline that says, "Oh, Deshaun Watson met the new GM and they hashed everything out, so he's good to go. He's all in with Houston," something like that. But I don't think he's gonna go anywhere, and I don't think this is really gonna go on for too much longer.
Right. I got you. Yeah, right. Yeah. Understood.
Hey, Dirk, I like it, brother. I like it. Lamar Jackson will never win a playoff game. Titans will win Super Bowl 55.
Oh. You know, the positive of Lamar Jackson yet is still, even losing, which they will lose this game, he's still very young. This guy's 23 years old, man. And I don't think people realize how young he is. That's a young dude.
He's 24 now.
Today's his birthday, isn't it?
Yeah, he literally just turned 24 today here.
Yes, wow. That is correct. That is right.
I'm gonna say this about Lamar too. Lamar has broken that fold of saying athletic quarterbacks can't do this and athletic quarterbacks can't do this and make it to playoffs. Lamar Jackson has broken that barrier down, and he's done a good job. I know we criticize Lamar and his passing ability, but hey, young man, keep doing you, man. Hey, like y'all, I know y'all complain about Greg Roman. I know y'all complain about Greg Roman. I know y'all can't stand Greg Roman. But I give credit to John Harbaugh where he played to his strengths. Mariota was what Lamar should have been. And we know this is Titans fans, literally. Mariota should have been there. You should have let Mario play his game.
Oh, okay. I get you.
Yeah, they let him play his game. They let Lamar play his game. And that's what I respect about it. That's how that's a great coach. I mean, John Harbaugh is a beast, man. Literally. I respect him.
Yeah.
Super chat.
Big Willie style. Will Smith. JK finna dethrone y'all king come Sunday.
Okay. We will see. Tell him strap up.
We'll see that.
Hey, another super
chat, Big Willie, man. We appreciate that, man. We don't agree with your comment, but we do appreciate that. Real talk, man.
Did y'all just say it?
Tighten up.
Okay, you got him.
Tighten up. Let's go.
Facts, people. Let's go.
Let's go. Yes, sir. Cedric Williams, we appreciate it as well, kind sir. Tighten up, nation. Absolutely. We're facts, no paper, brother. We're here.
Exactly.
We're here, man.
Exactly.
We're here.
It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a real game.
I think it's going to be the best game of the playoffs, too, man.
It is.
It should, because it's personal.
Yep,
it's real personal. And not only just between the players, but between the coaches, too.
That's right.
Like how Vrabel came over and he told John Harbaugh, go coach your game.
Right.
Go coach your game. And then he goes on and beats John Harbaugh.
Yep.
So it's like
I'm sure Malcolm Butler was telling him, hey man, how you doing, bro? You doing all right? I'm good. How you doing? We know that wasn't said, man. A bunch of bleeps on that. So yeah, man.
But real quick, just to sort of take a break, and we just got to give a shout out to everybody that's in here right now, man. It's over 220 people in here right now.
That's right.
And we've been seeing a lot of people send the super chats you guys' way. So that's really special. And that goes a long way. Y'all just don't understand. So keep supporting your favorite content creator. Keep supporting Tennessee Titans Weekly, because that support is real, man. And we as content creators feel that and appreciate it and respect it, because it's not something that you have to do. That's what makes it even more special. The fact that you choose to support your favorite content creators, that makes it even more special. So shout out to everybody that's in the comment section, man.
Shout out. Hey,
shout out. Thank you, Engraven. Totally agree with that, man. We
said, my brother.
Exactly. Said. We do it. We kindly appreciate it, man. We really do. And just giving your time and everything, man. We're having a ball, man. I mean, we could talk Titans, Ravens all day. I'm having a ball, but we appreciate all the super chats, all the comments and everything. Yeah. Those that have been watching us and Engraven videos since we started, man, we appreciate it, man. Real talk.
Definitely. And like I said, I tell any Titans fan, hey, I know they're the Ravens, but Engraven brings great content. I'm telling y'all. I watch your videos faithfully, bro. And it is crazy to say, but the content you put out, bro, is impeccable. And you can tell our fans, hey, Engraven's in here, Engraven. So team, keep it clean. And guys, if you haven't subscribed to his channel, go do it now. Literally.
Do it right now. Do it now. And we have a lot of Titan fans that watch our show that watch the Engraven videos. Yeah. They really do, man. So, yep.
It's all love, man.
Yes, sir. Asmodeus Donatos. Y'all talking about a real bird. Hey, we appreciate the super chat console. Your second one, we appreciate it. But we about to show the Titans who the real Greek gods are. Okay. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. We shall see.
Man.
We still got to see Derek Lamar Henry Jr. We got to see. Man.
Strap up.
Jameson Mezzo, what is good? What's happening with you, sir?
Hey,
What's good, man?
Salute.
Ooh, 11 points.
You, man. Titans gonna beat the Ravens with the score of Titans 35 and the Ravens 24. Tighten up and for the boy. Hey, I would love that score, sir. I would love that score. I will. It's possible because we can score points. We're putting up 40 a game almost. We're there. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, let's do it. Man.
This chat is going up, man. Hey, I'm telling you, the energy when we play you guys, you can just feel it through the city, the content, the chat. I'm telling you, it was a point in time where the Titans were down and the Ravens were doing your thing. Now it's back. This is how I used to feel back in the day. The energy in the city. Hawk went to Ravens games where people go to blows, man. Hey, Ravens and Titans is a real rivalry. Like it's a real rivalry. And I don't think
it really is.
Like, go ahead, Hawk.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Actually, man, every year I go to one road game. And the game I wanted to go, because of C19, I was going to go to the Ravens game. That's the game I wanted. I had that on my calendar since I saw the schedule. I said, I'm going to Baltimore, man. So, but, maybe next time. We'll see.
Yeah. It was unfortunate how everything ended up going down, but
yeah, that's right.
It's what it is, man. I like that C19. I got to start using that one, man.
Yes, sir. They'll flag everything, man.
I know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
So, I love that one, man.
Yes, sir. So
somebody had a comment. Let me find it real quick. Oh, here it goes. Tim Otis. He said, why is it that the few teams that beat the Ravens over the past 3 years, Lamar had an 81 win percentage? They act like they've won the Super Bowl. Well, one of them did, that being the Chiefs. But besides them, he said, like the Titans, for instance. So he's saying, why do the teams that beat the Ravens and Lamar Jackson act like they won the Super Bowl?
I want to say I disagree. I don't think we're acting like this. We're basically saying even after we beat the Ravens, there's going to be a challenge for us, right? We know what our defense looks like, okay? And, our offense is arguably, it's number 3 in the league in offense. That's a fact. Our offense is going to give the AFC some problems. It's our defense. So we're not thinking, we're absolutely going to win the Super Bowl. But if our defense holds enough, our offense could get us there. And we almost made it there last year. Man, that's not a fluke, man. You know what I mean?
Right. No, and you're right. Like, especially with the Titans, man, winning any game is not like winning the Super Bowl. I say this all the time. Literally, we 0-0 in the playoffs. Keep that same mentality. You haven't won nothing yet until you got into the dance, and we fell short of the dance. I mean, we had a question on the Upload Show Tuesday where would this season be a failure if we don't get to the Super Bowl? Majority of the panel said yes. Okay, so until you actually win the Super Bowl, you beat one team. That's one team in the playoffs or in the season. That's just one team. I mean, you haven't won nothing. You just won a game, right? So when I look at when teams are saying, hey, when they beat the Ravens, they've won the Super Bowl, it's because the Ravens does have a good, solid team. Literally, like we've seen better Ravens teams, but this Ravens team is a unique team because of what they're working with and how they're winning. It's dope. Like, it's dope to see. But when I look at this, I'm like, we'll see. But playing y'all a second time, it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy, people. I guess the Ravens fans think that we're saying, hey, it's going to be easy. Oh, no, not for a long shot, man. This is the playoffs. Ain't nothing easy. We got to scratch, claw, get out of the hole. Man, it's going to be tough.
Yep.
Right. And a good point that you made about the question that you said you all were asked on the channel the other day about if this season, if the Titans didn't make the Super Bowl, if this season would be considered a failure. And yeah, definitely. I think if your team doesn't make the Super Bowl and you consider it a failure, that just speaks to your team's recent success and how well your team has done. Obviously, Titans went to the AFC Championship last year, so they were literally one quarter away from going to the Super Bowl. So you would definitely want to follow that up with going even further the following year. I mean, it's not going to happen, but you would want to follow up with that. But if your aspirations for your team are Super Bowl or bust, that's a great thing, because there are some teams that, hey, if we can just get to 500 this year, that'll be a victory. And you can tell where those teams are at if getting to 500 is considered a win for them, or even getting over 500. If we can just get to 9-7, then we'll consider this a successful season, and it'll go towards the building of a new culture here and really a winning formula.
Right.
That speaks to how bad it may be on those current rosters. So the fact that, like I said, with the Titans and it's same with the Ravens as well, it's Super Bowl or nothing, man.
Yes.
We want the Super Bowl. The teams have been put together well enough to where they made it to this point, where they're in the final 14, and let's see what happens.
Exactly,
gotcha, man.
Shout out to Jameson Missile, man, for the $4.99 super chat. He says the
Absolutely.
Titans are going to get that win and quiet all the doubters. Facts, no paper. Here comes the king.
Here comes the king. Put the crown on him. Put the crown on him. Yes, sir. We got the Joker. 811. We appreciate that as well. The Joker. Make sure the Titan sword is shiny so you can stick it on the field once you get beat. Oh, that's a good one, the Joker. That's a good one. That's a good one, man. That's a good one. That's a good one. Well, hey, we appreciate the super chat. We really do, man, the Joker. We appreciate that, man. We really do. And we just had another super chat that's come through as well, too.
Cedric Williams.
Big Willie. Harbaugh finna Tootsie slide on the Titans logo. That's hilarious, man. That's hilarious. Hey, he could do the Corvette like Juju Smith-Schuster too if they want to. You know what I'm saying? They can do whatever they want to, but at the end of the day, they gotta play. You know what I'm saying? So if they did that, if he did that, I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I mean? Because of what we did.
I would be.
Yeah.
There's no way. I don't think any Ravens will be dancing on the logo like at all. I don't even think they should. I know the Titans, they did it to Ravens logo and whatnot, but I think the Ravens just come out, let your play do the talking, man. Yeah, let your play do the talking. Go take care of business, and that'll be all the dancing you need to do. Man. Dance at the end of the game when you got more points than them. That's it. You don't need to go to the logo. Man. Just take care of your business, win the game, and get out of there.
That's right. That's right.
PG the Great says,
Big Willie, we appreciate that.
Made it to the Super Bowl. Who would y'all want to face at the Super Bowl?
In the NFC. Ingraven, what about for you? So what you think, man? If the Ravens made the Super Bowl,
I wouldn't even care. Like straight up, Ravens in the Super Bowl. Hey, I'm hyped enough. I don't care. The Seahawks, Saints, I do not care at all. Now I do think it would do the best for Lamar Jackson and his resume, and just for the way that a lot of people speak about him, if he were to beat somebody like an Aaron Rodgers, because there would be less excuses then. Now, if he were to beat somebody, if the Saints made the Super Bowl and Lamar Jackson and the Ravens beat the Saints, they'd be like, oh, he just beat an aging Drew Brees. So that's nothing. That's not a big deal. And Russell Wilson would be another nice one too. But I mean, for me though, I honestly wouldn't even care. As long as they got to the Super Bowl, that's all that matters to me.
I got you.
Right. What about you, Hawk?
Jeremiah Robinson, appreciate it, sir. He answered that for me. Bears. The Chicago Bears. We've already played them. The Bears now, they're in the NFC, period. The NFC have good defensive teams, man. I mean, every team in the playoffs in the NFC except for the Seahawks have a really good defense. Seahawks have players, but kind of like the Titans, they're not really playing to their abilities. When you look at the Bears, the Packers, the Rams, the Saints, I mean, they're good, but the Bears don't have a good offense. And I know Mitchell Trubisky has been throwing it a lot better. I even kind of throw in, I'm trying to think of another NFC, even the Rams offensively is a struggle too. So maybe the Bears or the Rams, I would prefer to try to win. But, man, I would love to go against Green Bay again, man. I got a bone to pick with the Green Bay Packers, man. It ain't going to snow. You know what I'm saying? We here. Tampa's got a good defense. Tampa's starting to pick it up. But I would love to play. Yeah, I forgot about the Redskins. The Redskins defense is for real now.
Yeah, I forgot they in the playoffs.
Yeah, in the playoffs.
Your neighbors.
Yeah.
But the football team's defense is unbelievable. They're number 3 in the league on defense.
It's the football team. My bad.
Yeah. No, you good. But yeah, yeah. Give me the Bears.
I want the Redskins. Give me the Redskins. Nah, all jokes aside, like I think I'm with you on this, Hawk. I want the Packers again because that loss stung. Like it was in the snow. How they put up points. I want to go mono minus the snow. And like we said on our show last time, we beat them when we had Mariota in a makeshift defense. That just irked me, man. So I would prefer the Packers, but hey, another super chat, man. For
Titan for life. That's his third, man. Hey, Titan for life. We appreciate that, sir. Thank you kindly, bro. Hey, he makes really good comments on our shows too, man. Hey, we appreciate the support for real, man. So if we kept Casey, Logan Ryan, and Dean Pease with the way our offense is playing, we got a Super Bowl appearance, I think. I agree, sir. And I think the biggest element in that statement is Dean Pease, the former Ravens defensive coordinator, right? He did great too. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that statement. Like, that's facts, no paper. I mean, literally, if we had Dean Pease and you add Logan and Casey to it, man, that's a Super Bowl appearance. That's just too strong of an element, too balanced. But we know the universe don't fall like that. You either got this or that. So
that's right.
It is what it is. Ingraven, I got a question for you. Do you feel like Lamar Jackson gets more criticism, or did Joe Flacco get more criticism being the Ravens quarterback?
Lamar Jackson, because Lamar Jackson got it from jump. Joe Flacco didn't get it till after he got paid. With Lamar Jackson, he's been getting criticism like from the very beginning, his rookie season. Flacco didn't get that at all. Flacco's contract, and it happens a lot of times, not even just with Ravens players, but just with players in the NFL, period. A player could have a certain style. They could have a certain way that they play the game. They could have what they do good. They can have what they do bad. But everything will get maximized when that player gets paid. That's when everybody really starts looking at that player and really starts scrutinizing them even more than they already may have, or just start scrutinizing them, period. And that's what happened with Joe Flacco. He got paid that he was the highest paid quarterback at that time, but he was coming off of a Super Bowl victory. So the Ravens, they had to pay him. But with Lamar Jackson, he's still on his rookie contract and he's getting all the criticism in the world. But we know that's because he's not the traditional type of quarterback. He's not your regular, typical quarterback. And a lot of people don't like something that's different. So he gets a lot of it already. So definitely Lamar Jackson.
Right.
Gotcha, man. I can see that. I can, man.
I can definitely see that.
I sure can. So we have great comments in the comment section, man. We appreciate the activity, man. Again, throw out a question to us, man. We will answer it. We'll put you on the show here. As far as your comment, somebody said Baltimore is hungry. Okay, Jack Crawford.
If you had to, who would y'all cut? Lamar? Hold on. What is that? Sorley or Huntley or Titans, Woodside, Tannehill, or McDonald?
What? Okay. Let me read this.
I guess that quarterback situation, because I saw the game when McSorley got hurt. That was crazy when Lamar Jackson went to the bathroom, took a dump. McSorley plays 3 or 4 plays and gets hurt. You know, that's how unlucky can you get, right?
Yeah, it was crazy, man. It's like something out of a movie.
I know, man. I know it. McSorley was not. Hey, he was throwing the ball pretty decent. You know, he's not Lamar Jackson as far as he should start over Lamar Jackson. But I was surprised when I saw him throwing the ball. I was like, oh, okay.
Right. Yeah. He put a nice little touch on it, man.
Yes.
I'm still trying to read. Let me read this question. If you had to, who would y'all cut? Lamar, McSorley, or Huntley, or Titans, Woodside, Tannehill, or McDonald?
Well, McDonald's already cut.
McDonald's cut. They made the right decision there.
Right. If we talking just the Titans and Ravens,
I guess between Lamar Jackson going to be cut. I mean, I guess the question would be between McSorley and Huntley. I guess Huntley.
Right. We do.
I think Jack just trolling tonight, man.
Yeah. Well, Jack Crawford, hey, we appreciate the question, man. I think. Good
question. Should the Ravens pursue JJ Watt?
You mean the Titans?
He said.
You mean the Titans?
You know what?
Appreciate it, Savion 2K, by the way. Appreciate the super chat,
It
sir.
wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be bad for the defensive line because y'all already have Wolf. You have Wolf, Big Daddy Williams, Calais Campbell. Imagine putting J.J. Watt on that defensive line. Even though he's Asian, to me, J.J. still has that energy that he can bring, and he can garner a lot of double teams as well.
Yeah.
For the Titans, you can bring them on, but I'm tired of bringing aging players to our team. Please, we want young, energized players that are ready to come in. Hey, put in that work and get it going. So for me, I wouldn't. If I was the Titans organization, I don't know. Speak for you, Ingraven, but what you think?
If he got cut, cool. I know he doesn't have any more guaranteed money on his contract, but if he was to be cut, cool. For a trade, nothing higher than a fourth. No, nothing higher than a fourth. If you got to give up higher than a fourth, I don't even want him, man. Like straight up, and maybe even fourth might even be pushing it, but nothing higher than a fourth. Because when I've seen J.J. Watt this year, he's looked very tired. He has looked like he has low energy. And I know he's older. He's been in the league for a while. But he's just not. He's not the J.J. Watt that we knew from years ago. If they got him, okay, cool. But like you said, man, with the aging defensive players, you want to have veterans, but you never want to have too many aging guys, beat up guys, and that's another thing with him is that injury history. Boy, it's rough, man. It is rough. Now, if you did ask me about Jadeveon Clowney, especially he coming off the injury with y'all this season, I had really wanted him. I wanted Jadeveon Clowney so bad. But I would take Jadeveon Clowney before J.J. Watt for cheap too.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you, Hawk?
I don't think Jadeveon Clowney he's going to have to lower his expectations on his salary next year because he had a 1-year deal. He can't come in anyone's negotiation room and say, hey, man, I need $15 million. Bro, that's not happening, bro. You better knock it down to about $9 million, ball out, and then get your 15 the next year, right? So when I think of J.J. Watt, facts no pay for Ingraven. For him, like, I wouldn't prefer to have him, but if he got cut and we could sign him for $2 million, why not? Bring him in here and see what he does. You know what I mean? It'd be a low risk, high reward type of situation. I would go 6th round if I traded him. I'd go by 6th round, but it wouldn't be a priority. It would have to just sort of fall in my hands, and I wouldn't be like, "Oh, we got J.J. Watt, we straight now." No, I wouldn't do that, right? And Jadeveon Clowney, he did struggle this year, and he got hurt out for the season. Clowney played with a lot of effort, just no sacks, right? And so, the effort's there. The discipline is not there. He runs up the field, has no discipline. He just runs wild. Hopefully he get a sack, and it don't happen for him. So he'll have to lower his expectations, man. He'd have to say, I can't walk up in here strutting like, I'm about to get this 15 minutes. No, sir. Take a seat, and let's talk about some other things. So, good question, Savion.
Go ahead.
No, that was it.
Oh, yeah, Savion, that was his original question.
Yes.
With Jadeveon Clowney, I think for him, I think it's going to be another season, another 1-year deal. I do not see anybody, especially after that saga that he went through this past off season. Right. I remember just talking about it in so many different videos and just wondering what's he going to do next. Because I for sure thought Jadeveon Clowney, beginning of free agency, he's going to be off the board. He's going to be one of the first people. And this dude literally went through every phase of free agency, still hadn't got signed yet. You heard he talking to this team, that team. Then Titans finally get him for, I think, a 1-year, was it $12 million contract? I think it was $12 million, something like that.
I think it was $12 million.
But I don't think anybody's going to sign him to a multi-year deal. I think it's going to be just another 1-year deal for Jadeveon Clowney, wherever he does end up going. And then he got to show that he's healthy too.
Yes, facts.
This is a great question. What is the biggest position? Hey, T-Town, what up, dog? What's the biggest position of need for the Ravens and Titans looking towards the draft? Good question. You talking draft? I would say for Ravens,
maybe interior of the offensive line, and the true interior of the offensive line on offense, and a true free safety on defense.
Okay.
What about you, Hawk?
I'm gonna say, man, I think because I don't know the Jayon Brown situation next year. Jacques, I know you spoke very highly upon, a linebacker, so I'm gonna give you that spot. I know that's what you're interested in. For me, I like to have a big D tackle, a space eater to help the other guys to run free and get to the quarterback. We're number 31 in the league in quarterback sacks. We suck at that, right? And so, our D-line has struggled all season in sacking the quarterback. So I'd like to have a space eater. And we're drafting in the first round. We're going to be drafting, in the 25, 26. It's going to be hard to draft a superstar player in that spot. So get someone that's going to bring some value to your team. On the slick, I'd almost say wide receiver, a speed receiver in the slot. Because we don't have a lot of speed on our offense. We have strength, but not a lot of speed. So that's for me. What about for you, Jacques?
You already know, a playmaking linebacker. We need a playmaking linebacker, and especially with the contract year coming up with Jayon Brown. We don't know if we're going to resign him. David Long Jr. is playing pretty well. So I always say this, people. John Robinson drafts your clone. He drafted Jayon back in the, fourth round, and he ended up getting David Long Jr. I think he got him in the 5th or 6th round. Same build. Junior is a lot faster. David is a lot faster than Jayon, but Jayon is a playmaking linebacker. And just the price tag and all contracts that we have coming up this year, I say bring in a playmaking linebacker that can either stop the run or cover a coverage linebacker. And also one more thing, hey, we need a pass rusher. I knew me and Hawk talked about the kid from Georgia. We also got the 2 cats from Pittsburgh, the 2 right ends from them and left end from them. But those are some of the pieces that we need. We need some pass rushers, man. Hey, Ravens, y'all can give us Big Baby Williams if you want to. I mean, we'll take
it. That's the type of guy we need. I mean, that's what we need. A guy like him. Exactly.
Davion
2K. Thanks again, Con Sir.
How long do you think Derrick Henry can keep this style of play up?
Jacques, I got to answer this one, bro.
Go ahead,
That's a good question.
Go ahead, Hawk, talk to me. Talk to us.
So, Titan fans, when it comes to Derrick Henry, we're very spoiled, right? There have been games Derrick Henry's had 125 yards, and people will comment and say he had a bad game. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Right? People expect him to get 150 yards like he's in college, right? Playing against, I don't know, McNeese State or somebody, right? So for me, Derrick Henry, maybe 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 2 to 3 years. We need to continue to invest in our line. Even having a running back that can kind of spell series. But Derrick Henry runs with a very manic style, and we have to be careful of that. And that's why, the thing that will really make me upset is when Derrick Henry maybe in the next year or two, if his production starts to go down, the people are gonna be like, "Oh, Derrick Henry's trash. He's this." And I said, "No, let's not do that," because Derrick Henry's been balling for 5 years here, right? He got his contract. He's doing his thing. So I'm hoping 3 to 4 more years. There might be a stretch, but I'm saying at least 3 years, man.
What about you, INGRAVEN? What you think?
That's a really good question, especially with his physical style of play. And they say that the life expectancy of a running back in the NFL is short. And with Derrick Henry, he's not the type of running back that's like an Alvin Kamara. Like Alvin Kamara, he's going to be able to play that running back position for a long time. And not saying Derrick Henry can't, but with Alvin Kamara, just his style is a lot different because before he takes a big hit, Alvin Kamara is going out of bounds.
Yep.
Or he'll slide down to the ground. But most times he'll go out of bounds. But with Derrick Henry, he's coming right at you to give you the stiff arm or whatever. But so I just think it all just depends on. It's not like he's injury prone or anything like that. But it just all depends on how his body continues to hold up. If he can keep up whatever his regimen is, keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't fix what's not broken. And he'll be able to play for a while. Because, you look at a really good example of a very physical runner who just keeps going. You always think, 2 guys, actually. 2 very physical runners who just keep going. And every year I thought, okay, yeah, he about to retire. Oh, yeah, he ain't playing no more. Adrian Peterson and Frank Gore.
Yep.
Facts.
Those two been playing forever.
They have.
Forever. And they just keep going. And it just came out last week for both of them. Adrian Peterson said, oh, in the right situation, I'll come back and play another year. Frank Gore said the exact same thing. So these dudes still trying to go.
Yeah.
And that's when you know, like, your body is in such good shape when you already thinking when your season's over and you play for an unsuccessful team. So that can mess with your mind. Like, oh, man, like, we sucked this year. The team that I was on was terrible this year. What a waste. You know what? I'm done with football. But no, both of them two, they still trying to go. So with Derrick Henry, he could look at those. I'm sure he is looking at those guys like, man, they going forever. Oh, man, I'm about to do the same thing. So the sky's the limit with Derrick Henry.
Right. Great point on Frank Gore, man. Frank Gore's son is going to be playing with him soon.
That's crazy, man.
Literally. But I look at it like this. Training regimens are different nowadays versus how they were back in the day when running backs were playing. Like, if we go back and look at the running backs back in the day, they took a lot of punishment. But you got the chambers that they go in and repair their bodies, the offseason diets, the workouts. It's just a different style of just offseason regimen. I think this is why these players can keep their body up to par. And I think, to me, hey, great point, Engraven. You don't know. I mean, Derrick has that mentality where he probably could play for a while, literally, like play for a while. So it goes to the Titans organization and how much you want to use him. Go to your point, Hawk. Maybe you bring in a different style of running back that can kind of not replace Derrick, but limit his carries. Hey, you go in, get you about 15 this game, you get you 15. But Derrick's such a competitor. Hey, Derrick wants to get the ball. If he could, he get the ball every time if he wanted to. But I mean, that's why we got Darrington Evans and bought him in. But Darrington Evans has been injured, and Henry's so durable. Like he rarely gets hurt, and it's just something rare to see. So I think he can do it, but I mean, Graven, that was a great point, bro. When you say, look at Frank Gore and Adrian Peterson, these guys are just on a different level.
They are. And I'll tell you one positive of Derrick Henry, too, is in the NFL now, because they protect the offensive players so much, that actually helps Derrick Henry. He's not running.
That's a real good point.
Ray Lewis, right? Players like that. So, yeah. So that helps, man. Montana.
Hey.
Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate that.
Grateful, man. Appreciate it. It says, can either team win if the best player, Lamar and Henry, have superb games?
That's a really good question.
That is a great question.
Super good question.
That's a really good question. And now that takes us to the supporting cast. Because if Lamar has a subpar game for the Ravens, then because everything goes through Lamar on the offense and even a bit of defense too, because the defense benefits if Lamar and that offense are having a good game. But with the supporting cast, it would just all depend on how that running game is going. If the running game is just really taking off, then okay, cool. And the defense, they holding it down. Yeah, Ravens could take care of it. But if Lamar is struggling, having a subpar game, and the running backs are struggling, the offensive line, the receivers are struggling, that makes everything 1,000 times tougher.
Right. Yeah.
What about you, Hawk?
Nope. We won't win the game if Derrick Henry has a subpar game. Nope. The only smidget as to why that can happen is if Baltimore puts so much emphasis on stopping Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill goes wild, throwing it to A.J. Brown and Corey Davis. That's how I can see that just from a scheme standpoint. But if Derrick Henry has opportunities to make big plays and they don't happen, it'll break tackles and it doesn't happen, it is going to be very difficult for us to win this game, because we win based on what Derrick Henry does in running the football. That changes the whole dynamics of our offense. He runs well. We're not – man, look, we're number 3 in the league in offense. I mean, we're not going to be beat. And so, if it's really on Derrick Henry in that regard. If he has a subpar game, it will be very tough for us to win this ball game, because we'd have to depend on our defense, and we don't want to put our defense in that spot.
We don't. So with these two playmakers, they're above average, right? You take two of these out the equation, you see two average teams that's going to struggle,
right?
To get it going on offense.
Yep.
Literally, it's going to be a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the Patrick Mahomes effect. You take Patrick Mahomes out, Chiefs are subpar at best.
Yep.
They're average. So with these two playmakers, they have to be on their game in order for their teams to win. And great point to go back to you, and great when you say the cast, the supporting cast. Their supporting cast, the energy feeds off of these two. When these two both of their energies are up, they're ready to play, that team is ready to go.
That's true.
Their energy is down, good luck.
Yep.
Good
That's
luck.
right. That's right. Titan for life. That's his third one. Hey, bro, we appreciate it, kind sir. Thank you, sir. He says this is better than those ESPN analysts. People like y'all gonna take them. Hey, I hope so, man. That would be awesome, bro.
Hey,
my wife would be cool with that.
Right, mine too.
Yeah, man. That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. So we'll go a few more minutes. We want to, keep the floor open for questions and comments. You know what I mean? We'll address those. The question that we feel is the best, of course. A super chat definitely will get it. Get you populated on here, man. So let us know what's up, man.
All right, we got Damien again. Okay,
Damien. Okay,
hold on.
All right,
Damien. Let's respect. How would you love to have Frank Gore backing up Derrick Henry? Wow. It'll be
well. What'd you think, Jacques?
It's a dream, but I wouldn't do it. Like I said, Frank is up in age, and I know Frank wants to keep playing. I get it, but he's not the Frank of old. I mean, we've seen Frank in his prime, and Frank is a beast, but Frank is getting up in age. Frank's gonna have to understand that. But I mean, if this was Frank of early years, yes, but Frank now, I'm good. What about y'all?
Yeah. Frank Gore is retiring. That's already done. So, they would have to be a situation. We make that phone call. He's on his couch watching his son play to say, hey, you want to be a backup here? We'll pay you $1 million, call it a day. But I think it's so many other options. It wouldn't be bad, but he's too old in the tooth, man. You know what I mean? So, nah.
Right. Yeah. Yep. And I think for Derrick Henry, a good backup to him, it'd be nice to have another bruiser too, but that change of pace back.
Yep.
That sort of scat back, that speed back, that home run. And we know Derrick Henry, he could definitely hit the home run. I mean, he got all them 99-yard runs, so he's definitely a home run hitter. Yep. But to have somebody that could complement Derrick Henry, I think that would be perfect for the Titans as a backup.
Right.
Yeah. We're hoping Darrington Evans can be that guy because he has that ability.
Yes.
But we'll see.
Flashes.
Yeah, he shows flashes.
He shows flashes.
Okay.
He's durable. He's not durable, man. He's injury prone, and I just because he has potential. I mean, he has that potential. He had a good game. Who did we play, Hawk, when he had that good game? Was it what the Packers? It was the
was it Detroit?
Was Detroit?
Yes.
Yeah. What's up, Devin?
Devin Dukes, up Engraven. What's good? Team, keep it clean. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
These comments are hilarious, man.
For the Titan followers here, man, look, again, check out Engraven Vids. Check out hashtag Team Keep It Clean. Check it out on YouTube, man. I'm telling you, you want to know about the Ravens? Don't watch ESPN. Watch Engraven Vids, man. Straight up.
ESPN gonna steer you wrong.
Hey.
Appreciate you.
Hey, another super chat, brother.
Savion. Appreciate that, sir. Where do you think
Earl Thomas will land?
Great question.
That's your boy, man. Where you gonna land?
I thought I was for sure he was gonna go to the Cowboys when he got cut.
Yep.
Because I remember the Cowboys right when Earl Thomas got cut, like a week before, the Cowboys had cleared out all this cap space, and then after he got cut, they had released Clinton Dix, and he was their free safety. So I was like, oh yeah, he going to the Cowboys, and he wanted to go to the Cowboys a couple years ago, but they never picked him up. Right. And then with this he literally went through this whole season and didn't get picked up by anybody. Yeah. And it's not like when he was with the Ravens, he was some bad player. No, he was still a good safety. He might have had his little off the field stuff and whatnot.
Right.
But he was still a good safety. Right. So I was surprised that he didn't get picked up by anybody. But now, oh no, I think he'll get picked up by somebody next year. Because I'm sure he's still probably keeping himself in shape and whatnot, and just waiting for that next opportunity. But yeah, this season that's a wrap. But maybe next season, and you hate these situations, but maybe next season, if like a team that's starting free safety gets hurt and they sort of feel like they're in a bind, it might be after the draft and after that first and second wave of free agency. They may be like, you know what, let's take a fly on Earl Thomas and see what he's got left, because we know what he is capable of. We know everything that he's accomplished in his career. Let's give him a shot. Who that is, no clue.
What about you, Hawk?
Well, for Earl Thomas, he will be in the Hall of Fame one day. I know it might be debatable, but let's not forget what he did in Seattle. Earl Thomas was unbelievable. There was at one point he was the best safety in the league. When you talk about a playmaking, intercepting, making, tackling safety, that was Earl Thomas. That's why he signed a contract with the Ravens. But for Earl Thomas, it's up here. It's mental, not physical, not his ability. Even though he ran against Derrick Henry and he became a lead blocker, let's not forget that. But it's up here. And so Jeremiah Robinson stated maybe the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland safeties are terrible, right? I think he will have many opportunities next year. He shows that he's gotten better. He's improved mentally. He's gotten his family situated, with him and his ex-wife, all that. He puts that under wraps. He will be available to play for a team. The Seahawks could pick him up. Man, I know they got Jamal Adams, but, the Seahawks defense are underperforming. So why not bring him back to Seattle or wherever? He'll have his opportunities, man. So.
Right.
Yep.
Definitely. Like y'all said, man, if a free safety goes down, that's his opportunity. I know every team is trying to get younger. That's the goal, is to get younger, faster, stronger, right?
Yeah.
But he's still keeping himself in shape. He's still a veteran. So he'll have an opportunity. It's just when it comes, it might be the Jadeveon Clowney effect, where you got your opportunities. It might take you a while to get on a team, but hopefully it's not the veteran fatigue where we see veterans just linger in limbo and they just sit there waiting to get picked up and they never get picked up. So I think he'll get picked up if a free safety goes down.
Yes, sir. Well, look, we'll take two more questions. Shout out T-Town Brown, Manny Z, PG the Great. What's up, Donovan Romaine, Thomas Sankara? What's up, Spongy Kids? What's good? Preston Beard, what's happening, brother? Trevor Watts, Dirk Money Swag Fly. We see you, Santa Claus, servant of Christ. What's good, folks? What's happening, bro?
Nice. TT Brown. That's a good question. So TT asked, in the event this defense falls flat, which I think they already did, they face early in the season in the playoffs. But he said the playoffs. Who would y'all want to see as the DC other than Pease next year?
Man, that's a good question. They will have their pick. It's a lot of coaches out there that are available. Man, it could be anybody right now because we don't have anybody, man. Just somebody that can be a voice of reason to the defense. I saw Anthony Lynn. He got released out of his job, you know what I'm saying, for the Chargers. Hey, he's a great coach. I mean, he was 33-31 with the Chargers. He made some mistakes, yes, but man, he was let go kind of fast. So, usually you might get one more year or whatever, and he got fired, fine. But, maybe Anthony Lynn. I know Jim Schwartz. Frankie Harvey just stopped this. Hey, I feel you. I know people might want Jim Schwartz. He would probably love to come back to Nashville. And Ingraven, I'm going to tell you, man, a lot of people that come to Nashville, bro, they love staying here, bro, for real, like once they're here. And
it's probably the food.
Yeah, I know, man. And Jim Schwartz still lives in Nashville. And so he's the Philadelphia Eagles coordinator. He says he's going to take a year off, so he won't be there available next year unless we come up with a pretty penny. But Lovie Smith is out there. I mean, we have options, man. Yeah, so, hey, interview them all, man. Just, hey, bring them in, see what's up. Because we're going to lose Arthur Smith. Right. I hate to say that on offense. But I think that's what's going to happen.
So, if you look at the Titans' history, if you look at Vrabel's history, Vrabel likes to keep everything in-house, and the Titans like to keep everything in-house. Shane Bowen probably be your defensive coordinator next year. And Titans fans, I know you don't want to hear that, but Vrabel has proved to me this year he doesn't like change. He likes to keep everything. He just likes to have continuity, and I understand that. You don't want big change, but that's what is hurting us right now. I would love to bring Anthony Lynn, Lovie Smith, even Matt Patricia. He's out there, right? Somebody that could come in and scheme. But I think that ego, and I don't think Ravens fans understand this about Mike Vrabel. He has an ego, and his ego is through the roof. And we got to check that ego at the door. So, but I just think in-house, especially on offense coordinator and defensive coordinator, it will come from in-house. Who would it be in-house that they think is worthy? I don't know. It worked with Arthur Smith. We'll see. What about you, Ingraven? What you think? I know you. What you got for me?
I like the Anthony Lynn, but yeah, if that sounds like with the Titans, it sounds very similar to the Ravens with the in-house promotions, because the Ravens have seen a lot of defensive coordinators come and go, like a lot. Because defense has been the Ravens' MO for the longest. That's what they've been known for. But when Ravens lose a defensive coordinator, they usually just promote somebody from within. And I expect them to lose their current defensive coordinator, Don Martindale. But it is getting a little the pickings are getting a little bit slim because I've been hearing about all these other people get these interviews and whatnot, but I haven't heard about Wink getting interviewed yet. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, it sounds very similar to how they do it in Baltimore, where they promote from within when it comes to the defensive coordinators.
Right. And Dean Pease lives in Nashville too, so he's just a phone call and a hop skip away just to make that call. Say, hey man, look, Dean Pease, look, man, hey, coach this game for us, bro. We'll give you $100,000. Just come coach for us, bro. At least for this game. You know what I mean? But I mean, that's how we beat the Ravens last year. We beat the Ravens because of defensive scheme. Seriously, it was our scheme. We created the carbon copy for other teams to follow in beating the Ravens. Lamar Jackson ended up having a good passing game towards the end of the game, but we know that was garbage time. We know that. Lamar Jackson had 2 interceptions. He started to pick up in the fourth quarter, but we just kept it at a bracket, and we won the game just based on scheme. So call him up. Dean Pease, hey, bro, $100,000 in the bag. Come holler at us. We're here. Yeah, Frankie Harvey, facts, no paper, sir. Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. So we'll finally see one more question. Let's see here. Okay, so about the draft. Oh,
it don't matter.
All right, Donovan Romaine. Should the Titans wear Red Sox this game? Yeah, I don't know, man.
No.
Okay, yes, it don't. Yeah, I got you, man.
Uniform changes, we tend to lose the game. So no,
that's so change that uniform then.
That's right. So Mari asked, should we spend our first 2 picks in Engraven? Same for you too about the draft. Should we, as Titans and Ravens, should our first 2 picks be on pass rushers? And if so, who or why? However.
Well, for me, it's too early to really go over people yet. I haven't looked at any possible draftees. I haven't looked at that at all. But for the Ravens, I couldn't see them spending their first 2 picks on pass rushers. I could see an early pick, like maybe like a second or third round pick on a pass rusher, because right now they have Matt Judon coming up on the last year of his contract, Yannick Ngakoue coming up on the last year of his contract, and Tyus Bowser coming up on the last year of his contract. So they got to pick one. I would love for them to keep 2. Be nice if they could keep all 3, but it just ain't happening. That's not the business. And that wouldn't be best for business either. So it's going to have to be 1. I'm thinking because they did trade to acquire Yannick Ngakoue, it's going to be him, but you just never know sometimes. So with the that's why I could say I could see the Ravens using one of their early picks for a pass rusher, but I really think one of their first 2 picks should definitely, like I said earlier, should be for an interior offensive lineman. Interior offensive lineman, I say would be the first pick.
Okay. All right. Jacques, what about for you, sir?
So my first round pick is a linebacker. I told you I want that. But second round, I'm on Aziz from Georgia. Hey, showed out in that ball game. Good pass rusher. Will he be there in the second round? No, I doubt it. If not, like I said, it's a kid from Pittsburgh, number 91. His name is, help me out, Hawk. His name is.
I'm trying to remember when we saw it. They got 2. Pittsburgh has 2 players.
They got two. I can see them late second round, maybe third, picking up one of those guys. But we know John Robinson is a stats guy. Titans fans, all you have to do is find out which pass rusher has the most sacks, who has the defensive player of the year. That's who we're drafting. Literally,
No nothing. Just drafting.
Literally, I mean that's what John Robinson do. And this year's draft was, I blame it on C19 because of you couldn't get out there to see the players, you couldn't get the pro days, you couldn't get those interviews because. Engraven, you probably know our first round pick Isaiah Wilson is at the club, parties, having a ball, man. The Titans fans want him gone. I mean, literally, everybody wants him gone. And I understand that. To the T. But I think this draft will be different because the NFL has figured out how to maneuver around C19. And I think just going forward, I think they'll figure it out. But, guys, look out for the 2 kids from Pitt. And I think Trevor Watts said yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. The 2 pass rushers from Pitt and the cat from Georgia. Look out for those 3.
Right. So I like the pick from Georgia. I don't know if he'll be available. Azeez Ojulari. I mean, I was telling Jacques when I watched the game. I said that young guy. He's only a sophomore, man. He's a menace, but he probably won't be there in the second round. And Jacques knows this about me, man. There are certain positions you only can draft in the first 5 picks of the draft that you feel like, oh, he's going to be a starter. He's going to be something. And that's defensive end is one of them. Quarterback being one, and usually wide receiver. I mean, that's why you shouldn't take wide receiver lightly in your first 5 picks of the draft. You got to draft like a Julio Jones, Randy Moss type of a guy. But looking at where we're going to draft, we're drafting later in the first round and in the second round. So for me, if we could get a pass rusher maybe in the second round, but you're taking a flyer on the guy. You don't expect a late second round pick to be like an automatic starter because that might not happen. You know what I'm saying? To be like, oh, we're good. He has to prove himself. Now, he's a first round pick, top 10 pick, then okay, like Jeffrey Simmons or something. Hey, this guy he's gonna do something. But it's still too early to talk draft right now. It really is. It's very, very early. If anything, me and Jacques talk about this. Man, trade them picks and get some more picks. Stockpile some picks, right? We need depth. We need depth. So our starters are straight. We need depth, and we need coaching. So, yep. So. Well, cool. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we had a ball. This has been great. Engraven Vids, man. Hey, we want to say thank you. We truly appreciate you taking your time out for our show, and everything. Baltimore fans that are watching the show, we appreciate you guys as well. Titan fans, as always, you always show us support. We appreciate that too. You guys know that. Again, Engraven, if you want to, say anything, man, as we end the show.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me on. And again, everybody that came through from Team Keep It Clean, thank y'all for stopping by. Make sure you subscribe to Tennessee Titans Weekly. This is what they do, and they do a good job of it. I've been catching them since last year around. I caught wind of them right before that playoff game. That's when I caught wind of them, and I remember them. And a lot of the same stuff they saying now. They still saying the same stuff too. They said Lamar Jackson, one of the best running quarterbacks to ever do it. But he said that they said that they were going to stop him last year, and they did that last year. This year's going to be a little bit different though. But shout out to them. They two good brothers, man. Handling business, holding it down. So y'all make sure y'all give them an opportunity to spend some time with them weekly. Even though they talk about Tennessee Titans, just showing support and showing love, man. That's what it's about, man.
Yes, sir.
Like you said, man, Engraven, we really appreciate it, brother. And
ain't nothing, man.
Hey, coming on to the show, talking Ravens. If we play you guys next year again, hey, in the playoffs, you got to come back, man. You got to come back.
Oh, you already know, man.
Definitely got to come back. So
ain't no question, man.
And Ravens fans, we appreciate y'all, man. Bringing that heat, team, keep it clean. We know y'all in here. Hey, we love this energy. Titans fans, we love it. We had Chiefs fans in here. We had Bills fans in here. Any NFL fans that just love football, hey, we're here to bring that content. We just don't talk about the Ravens and the Titans. We talk about the NFL. That's what we do, guys. And like I said, if you haven't subscribed, go subscribe now to his channel and subscribe to our channel as well, man. We bring that content and heat.
Yep, exactly. So for us this Sunday for the playoff game, even Raven fans, if you are in Nashville catching the game, we will be doing the pregame, the halftime show, and the postgame at Willie B's. That is in Nashville, 618 Patterson Street, not too far from the stadium at all. You can go to their website, williebees.com. Check them out. The food is awesome. The atmosphere is great. It's going to be a great experience there being in the playoffs. So this is the first playoff game we've had in Nashville since 2008. 2008. That's a long time. So, come on through. We'll be there. We'll, definitely record our post game afterwards as well too. For anyone that's on social media, you can always check us out on Instagram at Tennessee Titans Weekly, on Twitter at Titans Weekly 24/7, and on email at TennesseeTitansWeekly@gmail.com.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yeah, man. Yep. Well, so, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that ends the show, folks. We will see y'all later for the post game. Good luck to the Titans. Bad luck to the Ravens. Hey, let's get it in. Titans Ravens should be a classic game, man. Hey, and we appreciate it, Engraven, man. Hey, do your thing, bro. Your show's awesome. Hey, keep grinding, homie. You doing your thing.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Exactly. Tighten up, ladies and gentlemen. We're here.